Hey everybody, One Wisdom here. It is technically Sunday, April 27th, 2014. We will call it Hemi Day, Saturday, April 26th. That, of course, is the day that at Toys R Us, LightCore Bumble Blast became available. Again, this kind of broke. The 23rd is when they had the big announcement for Skylanders Trap Team, and I saw in my email from Toys R Us, they were announcing the game. You can pre-order. They actually do have the pre-order cards in Toys R Us. And they said, get LightCore Bumble Blast and complete your set. And I thought, wow, they're going to have Doomstone there too. And then, of course, when I opened the email, there was no mention of Doomstone. Went in the store, no Doomstone. So, again, I guess they directed that towards the, 500 people that apparently got Doomstone. Again, if you don't have Doomstone yet, do not buy him from one of those 500 people that are scalping theirs on eBay. If you wait it out, that's what I plan to do. You should know how big time I am into the series and the characters in particular. If I can wait, you can wait, and trust me, you will be better off spending retail or picking him up on a sale. Might be a deal where you get the 2 for 22 or something along those lines. So just be patient there. The good news though, you can finally complete your regular size core character collection, at least outside of, we do have some in-game variants coming. We won't worry about those just yet. But the one LightCore that was missing and the one standard size Skylander that was missing from a base complete set, if you will, was LightCore Bumble Blast. Again, he's available now at Toys R Us. The price, since it is Toys R Us, they tack on that extra courtesy dollar, $13.99. He should be available, I would assume, fairly soon, at other retailers. I have no idea when, but I know the biggest thing, it's not that people don't like Toys R Us. It's simply that, a lot of people, particularly those of you on the east side of the Mississippi, you get back into the rural areas of the country and you don't have a Toys R Us or 2 in town or, 3 within 15 minutes of your home. You might have to drive 2, 3, 4 hours to go to a Toys R Us. And that's where you run into problems. That's where you run into people, preferring, a Walmart, GameStop, Target, things of that nature. But again, for better or worse, right now it's available at Toys R Us. When I got in there, it was probably around supper time, a little before supper time. I had some stuff going down. It is Saturday. I like to be out and about when possible. And I was kind of worried I didn't see any special displays or sections. They had quite a few. They were just strung out all over the display area. There's an end cap, 2 end caps actually. The big main display that's back after the Lego movie stuff moved, and then there's the traditional video game area. And there were actually LightCore Bumble Blasts in all locations, just in smaller quantities. Some of them had been put back by people, things of that nature. So on the flip side, if you come into the store maybe tomorrow or today in the event of this video coming up on Sunday, go in, and if you don't see LightCore Bumble Blast, ask someone. And if they say no, he's not out, ask, hey, do you have any more in the back? And if they tell you no, go find another employee, because chances are they have another box on the back. So run with that. Again, $13.99. However, even for the people that like to complain about the pricing at Toys R Us, they've got pretty good sales going on right now. The only one I will mention is purchase any LightCore Skylander, and what do you get for free? Is it Doomstone? No. Is it another Swap Force figure of your choice of equal or lesser value? No. Is it a Skylanders Giants figure? Yes. Is it a Skylanders Giants LightCore figure? Yes. It's LightCore Hex. The supreme irony here. Everyone was scared to death we'd never see her unless you pre-ordered Swap Force and got her. They withheld her until, of course, Swap Force came out, except for a few targets across the country. And then she's kind of been shelf fodder ever since. And there's so many LightCore Hexes that apparently aren't moving that they're being given away with the purchase of any LightCore figure. So if you're not into Bumble Blast, maybe you don't like him, maybe you're just a big-time Flashwing fan, and you've held out, you really want her LightCore, but you're waiting for a sale, come in, set it up, and get your free LightCore Hex. So that's why she's here. That essentially at $13.99, combined you got 2 Skylanders, $14. It's basically getting them for $7. So not a horrible deal though. There you can trade your LightCore Hex, you can practice painting her. If you wonder how the light up effect works, you can tear it apart. Just all sorts of things you can do with the free figure. But this is the packaging, and actually looks pretty good, I have to say. Again, note for those that care, on the LightCore figures, they've kind of got like these sharp edges, whereas like on Toy Fair Dunebug, it's got the nice rounded one. LightCore is featured prominently. Again, they want you to know that this figure is different. Of course, the best LightCore to date, in my opinion, is the one that they've selected to showcase that. It is S'Illuminer by Prison Break. And as you can see there, the holographic inset on Bumble Blast. He hails, of course, from the Life Element. This is actually a really good pose. Again, you can't appreciate it necessarily in the packaging. We'll get it out in just a second. Coming around to the backside, Starstrike is the featured character. LightCore characters, they have LightCore power and the flash bomb effect. There's an in-game shot of Bumble Blast. You can kind of see the tip of the bazooka there glowing. That's a nice touch. Featured characters, we have LightCore Bumble Blast, LightCore Whamshell, who is the most ridiculous character to attempt to get stand up on a not perfectly flat surface. LightCore Flashwing and LightCore Grim Creeper, also available in TRU exclusive legendary LightCore Grim Creeper form, just like legendary LightCore Chill from last time around. As you might have guessed, since Bumble Blast in general is a new lander to Swap Force, he is not backwards compatible, but he works just fine in Swap Force, and if you pick him up, he's going to work just fine in Skylander's Trap Team. Coming around here, okay. One other surprise, which I forgot to take care of for you. Go ahead and use a new knife here. A little bit overkill, but we're going to run with it. Let's see here. We'll have to see if this one's taped up or not. Really, this knife is way overkill for this. But it's pretty cool. You know, if you can use a giant knife, you know, to do something. That's like using a butcher knife to spread peanut butter, but, you know, sometimes at 2 in the morning, it's nice to do something different. So, open this up again. If you care about, you know, like resealing these guys, you can actually do that very easily. Just take your time on the packaging, heat it up, whatever you need to do. By this point in time, if you're that type of person, you should have a strategy developed now. It is taped right here, so if you like keep this, I know a lot of people don't keep, you know, like the blister pack, but they'll keep, you know, the fancy holographic part or the part with the name and the element, so you can just like put it on a storage container or a wall, whatever you do with it. If you're that person, go ahead, cut the tape, otherwise you're going to wind up bending that and most likely this. We'll go ahead and pop this back. What I like to do then, he is packed pretty well. Let's come in, we'll take a good look at him here in a second. Now we just have to slide the card. That kind of got mangled up just a little bit. This is a LightCore Bumble Blast. What you get is the figure. Once you see on the portal, you get your stat card. And then, of course, you get your sticker sheet. Sticker sheet has the character artwork. As you note, it is denoted as LightCore Bumble Blast. You got a QR code. Below that, there's a web code. Coming in this way. Can't really see that very well with the glare. Power, strength, 105 of 200. Defense or armor, 105 of 200. Speed, agility, 50 of 200. And luck, 90 of 200. Add all that up, and what do we have? We've got 210, 300, 350 out of a potential 800. Artwork up top is actually what I'm the most impressed by. It looks very nice. We will set that down. I'll go ahead, hold him up while we run through some stuff for you. Slogan, of course, not printed on the LightCore packages, so I'll go ahead and recap that. It is the perfect swarm for Bumble Blast. Bumble Blast started life as a humble beehive in the Radiant Mountains, where for ages the bees made the sweetest, most magical honey in all of Skylands. When Chaos heard about this super honey, he wanted it for himself and soon launched an attack on the peaceful bees. But when his minions arrived to plunder everything the bees had created, they were met by Bumble Blast. He alone had been home to the bees and considered himself their protector. Using the power of the magic honey, Bumble Blast valiantly battled evil minions who felt his powerful sting that day. Afterward, Bumble Blast roamed Skylands as a protector of nature, where he soon joined with the Skylanders. So, nice story there. Again, that's the third time you've heard it. Why is it the third time that you've heard it? Well, you heard it most recently with the special Christmas holiday edition, whatever you want to call it. Titleist Golf Ball Chin, Jolly Bumble Blast. Big draw there, of course, is the Jolly Hat, so that's kind of a special deal. And then, of course, you initially heard it with standard, good old fared Bumble Blast. Again, he is available in the pack with Terrafin. So pretty cool setup there. Comparing these two guys side by side, you can kind of see this is standard Bumble Blast here. He's got the bazooka set up over his shoulder. Very T-Rex appearance. This time around, focus is kind of more on the actual bazooka. You can see where this one doesn't have anything protruding out. This does. The honey is starting to come. You've got the slightly different, tongue. It's not quite as aggressive, kind of tilted back a little bit. Different brow stance. But the main difference, of course, is that this is a LightCore figure. So I feel like we've kind of covered everything. Again, blue base for your Swap Force characters. Red, if you missed the video, is going to be the color for Trap Team. He is Life Element, so he's got the green leaves. And once again, significant color change. Don't know if you can see that or not, but I mean, the greens on these characters markedly different. You see that a lot, particularly I first noticed it was Stump Smash back in the SSA glory days. The figure I had was like a really kind of light green, and then when I was hunting someone, probably Whamshell, knowing how that went, noticed that all the Stump Smashes were like insanely dark green. Then coming around with Skylanders Giants, my hothead that I got early on, kind of like a mellow red-yellow color. Current versions of hotheads that you can get, on shelves today at retailers, it's like a super, super red color. So that's kind of a general discrepancy. You see, that's why a lot of times, if you're truly like a super hardcore collector, you need to buy the figures when they first become available, and then monitor subsequent restocks, usually after a few months when the supply is diminished and they're actually, new jobs from the factory, and then you can kind of catch discrepancies in the paint. So that said, I did sadly see this ahead of time. It was leaked out. Again, why people, even buying this overseas, the money that you spend on freight is nuts. You could have bought yourself Trap Shadow and Freeze Blade, and probably 2 to 3 more. But the people that do that, and not at retail, it's not like you're buying it from Germany for retail price, but the people that come in and like shell out 60, 80 bucks for this, I hate to say you're an idiot. I mean, you really are. You got it like, what, a couple weeks before everyone else? And then all of us went to Toys R Us and got it for $14 with a free LightCore Hex. So you basically wasted, 65 bucks. So congratulations. That's another video game, a high-end video game, top of the line, brand new release. That's a lot of the cheap games that have had price cuts. That's a lot of Skylanders, particularly if you go in on a sale. If you pursue free till lay stuff, it'll get you set up with a lot of bags. It'll have codes that you might not win with. It's a 60, 70, 80 bucks. That's a lot of money, and I mean, why would you do that when you know it's going to be readily available and for fractions of that price? It's just mind-boggling. I stress it all the time, and there's some people I just can't seem to get to, so I continue to mention it. That said, what we have here, Green Base Portal, that goes back to Skylanders Spyro's Adventure. For those of you new to the series, definitely pick that up. It remains my favorite in the game. Now, you see it fire up. I actually have it going on the console. You can actually see the green glow. It's not the brightest thing, but check this out. Is it going to be his mouth? Is it going to be the bazooka? What's going to light up? Will it be both? It's the bazooka. So, another one of those little things. Wouldn't have been too terribly hard, in my opinion, to probably light both up and gotten a lot more light. Of course, yellow, not exactly the most vivacious color at night. Or I guess, lit up, particularly with light around it. White light, which is what most people use in their homes and businesses and everything, fluorescence as well. It just kind of washes out the yellow. That's why like a blue and a green, things of that nature show up so much better. But what I do to accommodate that, I actually kill the lights here. That'll give you a pretty good look. The yellow and black contrast nicely. I hadn't seen it yet with the lights out. I'm going to see it when you do, actually a little after you do. And we'll see what it looks like there. Okay, well that looks horrible in the camera. It almost looks like a candle, in all honesty, just like wickering away. I see it way better than you do. Now it's kind of coming into the frame for you. I do have a light on in a... That's actually pretty cool. I mean, that genuinely, it looks like a bee is like submerged head first into a daisy or something. Or just like dove into honey and it's like rapidly kind of like rushing out at us or something. Did not realize it would show up with the black and the yellow on the bazooka that well. Personally, I don't think that part is lit up. The light source actually appears to be down here inside of like the beehive, and then it just simply radiates upward, and I guess it's powerful enough, or maybe there's just enough that comes through the transparent part of the stinger here that actually helps kind of give it that lighted look, if you will. But not too shabby. I realize you can't see Bumble Blast. That's again in part because it's just not conducive to that. Again, also this is an older portal, so that's not helping anything out. The newer portals that are wired, you know, they've like constantly got that upward glow and light. That said, that is what he looks like there. I'll go ahead and get the lights back on. And that is that. Pretty much all I can showcase there. Again, if you take that link at the top of the video description box, it will take you to a post dedicated solely to LightCore Bumble Blast's unboxing. I'll have some pictures of him in his packaging. I'll get some taken here shortly with him in a stat card. I'll get all three of the Bumble Blast together for a family photo that's probably going to be really awkward. Then we'll come in. Eventually, I will get all of the LightCore characters together. I'm extremely tired. I've had to wait making this video. It's like ridiculously windy here. I didn't even think people could hear me talk. That's how bad it is. But it was bad earlier today too when I actually went to Toys R Us. Good news is I made it back in one piece and got there in one piece, so all went well, I suppose. That said, $13.99 Toys R Us available now. I can't remember the dates on the LightCore Hex promotion. I'd assume it's not going to run out anytime soon, because she truly is shelf fodder at this point in time. That said, you know, you can catch sales elsewhere. Toys R Us usually has a pretty good sale, even if that one does expire. Keep that in mind. Again, if you don't have a Toys R Us, you can go online to TRU. You can hold out for Amazon, GameStop, Best Buy, Walmart, Target, whatever floats your boat. But should be hitting other retailers soon. Again, I have no idea when, or I would tell you. But the main thing, April 26th, that's when he hit at Toys R Us. No, I do not know when Doomstone is going to be released. Again, if I did, I would tell you. I'm here to help you, not withhold information. So as soon as I know, I will let you know. I just felt like I could see that being a question. It's been being a popular question, like who all is left. You know, who do we still need? What special characters are still coming? And now LightCore Bumble Blast is available. I'm not considering Doomstone available, you know, when it's an exclusive event for a fraction of the country. So to me, Doomstone is not out yet. And don't tell me he's out because you can buy him on eBay for $210. I will wait until it's a broad release for the general public and everyone can somewhat easily obtain him. So that's the way I do things. But again, I will keep you posted. The best way to do that is check the site, oneofweezem.com. If you're not on Twitter, you can scroll down on the left-hand side. I'm sorry, right-hand side. You'll actually see the Twitter feed. You can follow along there. Anything I find out, I post there usually first before I can make a video or a post update. Similarly, at some point in time when I get the LightCore characters out to get like their comprehensive picture, we're going to have a poll battle. It is going to be who is your favorite Swap Force LightCore character. Might get that up sooner rather than later. I'll eventually make a standalone video for that, kind of draw more attention to it, get more people voting. And I think we'll probably do it two-tiered. I want to know aesthetics, and then I want to know just in general. And we'll kind of roll with that. Then I plan to do the same thing with Giants. I've been planning to do that. I had to wait for LightCore Hex, and I was way too busy to ever do it. But essentially it'll be the same thing. Who's your favorite Giants LightCore character? And then we might combine the 16 of them, or take like the top 4. I don't know what we do, but it'll be something. And we'll put the Giants and the Swappers, or Swap Force, I should say, head to head, so you could have, if LightCore Hex is your favorite and LightCore Bumble Blast is your favorite, we're going to have them as options in the same poll, and we'll kind of see how that one pans out. So, going to have some fun going down there. Again, I have just been extremely busy. It's been kind of crazy, actually. But again, main thing, he is available. This was him unboxing. You got to see him lit up on the portal. You got to see him in hand. You got refreshed on his bio. You got to see the stat card, everything like that. Pretty much all she wrote here. Again, oneofweezem.com. The link at the top of the video description box will take you to this post. You can follow me on Twitter, like me on Facebook, circle me on Google+, whichever you prefer. And as Bumble Blast, Jolly Bumble Blast, and LightCore Bumble Blast would all say, I suppose the three of them make the perfect swarm.